morning, everyone. Welcome to our live Forever in Motion class. My name is Kereen and I will be leading your class today. I'm one of the rec therapists with the Community Older Adult team. What you're going to need for today's class are usual: your tubing or a TheraBand, a good sturdy chair, good pair of running shoes, and your water bottle. So if you've got all those, we are good to go. If not, grab them quickly and we'll get started. I'm just going to start off with the march here. As always, we encourage you to work at your own pace. If at any point you're feeling pain, discomfort, or feeling like you're overexerting yourself, make sure that you stop, slow down, or adapt whatever you're doing. We always want it to be a safe class. Posture, those shoulders should be back and down. Your core is engaged, so you're bracing your stomach nice and tight as though someone's going to punch you in the stomach. And you're either standing up nice and tall or sitting up nice and tall. Most of the exercises can be done either standing or seated, so I will be showing you both options. Chair is there for support as well, not just for the seated options. Level 1 or option 1, you're hanging on with both hands. Option 2, maybe fingertips or one hand. And option 3, your hands are just kind of hovering above it. Chair's there just in case you lose your balance and need to grab on. We encourage you to be standing behind your chair when you're doing the classes. But for our purpose, so that you can see what our feet are doing, we're going to stand off to the side. All right, so we've done a fair amount already of just the simple march. Let's take those legs wide. Let's do a wide march. With that water bottle that you've got there handy, feel free to grab a drink of water anytime. You don't need to wait for me to tell you that it's time for a drink. Grab one anytime. It's important to stay hydrated. It helps to regulate body temperature, makes for a safer workout, and it also helps to prevent cramps. Make sure you've got those arms moving with it too. We want to warm up upper body and lower body. All right, let's go for a wide, wide, narrow, narrow. So we're going wide, narrow, narrow, wide, wide, narrow, narrow. If I am going too fast at any point, feel free to slow it down. And once we're done with our warm-up part of it, if I am going too slow, feel free to pump it up and go faster than what I'm going. All right, now take note of which leg you are initiating the movement with. Are you starting with your left or your right? So take note, and we are going to tap down and switch. I obviously can't do two things at once, I'm talking. Okay, so tapping down, and let's switch legs, which one you're starting with. It's one of those mornings. So same thing, we're just going wide, wide, narrow, narrow, but starting with the opposite leg is what we did first of all. So the other part of posture is we always want you to keep that chest up. Let's show how proud we are doing the Forever in Motion class. Be proud. Actually, even any type of physical activity, be proud that you're doing that for yourself. So keep that chest up, shoulders back and down. Okay, we're just going to go to a straight wide. Starting to lift those knees a little bit higher if you can. Same thing if you're doing it seated. And let's just bring those legs in. And my throat is dry today, so I'm going to grab a drink of water. Make sure you keep those legs moving when you're stopping for a drink. I'm also going to ditch the glasses. Okay, let's take this into a jumping jacks. So we're just going to tap out to the side. It's low impact or no impact jumping jacks. So just tapping out to the side. Arms are going out about shoulder height along with the legs. Okay, let's take that back to a march. And we are going to switch that to cross-country ski. We're just going to tap behind us for the legs. So it's a tap back. And arms, we're just going to go to the front with the opposite arm. So today I'm going to try to kind of make my exercise and my workout dealing with reaching, pushing, pulling of the arms or swinging of the arms, because if we get those muscles trained, then we're kind of training our upper body, training our muscles for pretty much any of the activities that you would have to do throughout your day. So that's why I thought we would kind of focus on those movements today. Okay, and just take this back to a regular march. And what we're going to do is we're going to combine those two. Okay, so let's start with our cross-country legs, our skiing legs, so just still tapping behind. And we will do jacks arms. Still only going about shoulder height with the arms. If you're doing this in the chair, same idea. I guess I should have had my camera further back. Same idea. You're just tapping in behind. Okay. Move this up a bit. Note to self, have the phone/camera further away next time. Okay, and back to a regular march. So that was with the ski legs, jacks arms. What we're going to do now is swap it out and do jacks legs, ski arms. So let's start with the legs, just tapping to the side. Adding the arms when you're ready. We're doing skiing arms, so to the front and back. Keep the legs going out side to side. This can be extra challenging if you're not used to doing it, but I encourage you to keep trying. If you're having trouble, keep trying. It does get easier. As I mentioned before, if I am going either too fast or too slow for you, feel free to take it to a different pace, whatever you need, faster or slower. Just make sure you're doing it safely, especially if you're doing it on carpet, as I am. Make sure you're going to be lifting your feet up so you're not going to trip on the rug, on the carpet. And just back to a regular march. Grab another drink of water if you need, or if you like. All right, starting off with just a march here, and we will go into a V step. So we're starting out narrow at the back for the bottom of our V, and then we're going to go wide and then come back to that V, to the narrow part. Okay, so I'm going to start with my left. So wide to the front, narrow to the back, just in the shape of a V. Get the arms moving with it. And how about instead of just regular marching arms, let's start out with the arms in when we're at the back and then wide when we get to the front. As with anything, when you are doing something on one side or starting on one side, we need to, at some point, switch. And I think this would be a pretty good time to switch. So tap down. Let's start with the other leg. This time, let's start with the arms out. And it's coming in as you step out, and then going back out as you step in. So the opposite of what we were just doing. So it's a little bit tougher. You have to think a little bit more. And last one here, we'll go back to a regular march. Give those shoulders a nice big roll. All right. And how about we just kind of finish off a little bit of the cardio part here with reach and pull hamstring curl. So when you're reaching out, fingers are extended. As you are pulling back, you are squeezing into a fist. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, and you are kicking up in the back as high as you can. See if you can kick yourself in the butt. Nice strong pull. Feel that squeeze between your shoulder blades. Same thing if you're doing it seated. Kind of kicking up in the back. When you are doing this in the standing position, make sure that you aren't bending at the hip. You just want this motion to be coming from your knees, not the hips. And I'm going to slow this down a little bit. Three, two, last one, and back to a march. All right, how did that feel? And, is it got a scratchy, dry throat this morning. So, a little more water. All right, let's do a hip opener. I haven't done this one with you for a while, so bringing the knee up, chair's there for support, and then just out to the side, in and then down. Same thing with the other side. Bring the knee up, out to the side, back in and down. Let's alternate. Out, in, and down. Bringing it up, out, in, and down. Keep going with it. My apologies if you are doing the seated version, because unless I move my chair back and forth each time, and I'm trying to avoid that, I will be cutting half myself off there. So I'll just have to make sure I remember to move my setup here further back next time. Are you feeling those hips loosening up? I know I am. Feels good. And one more on the other side. There we go. Just kind of shake that out. And let's do some arm circles. Loosen up the shoulders a little bit before we go into our strength training. So just starting out with small circles and slowly getting bigger. I'm going backwards, but take note of which direction you're going with your arms, because we are going to switch. So nice big circles. If this isn't feeling so good for your shoulders, stick with whatever level circles work for you. We're going to start going smaller now. Okay, and switch. So I was going backwards, now I'm going to go forward. Starting out with small circles again. Gradually getting bigger. Nice big circles, if it feels okay for you. If it doesn't, stick with whatever works for you. As always, we want you to listen to your body and do what works for you. Okay, smaller circles, starting to gradually get smaller. All right, good. Shake that out. Okay, starting off with our strength training. So what I want you to do first of all, and I will move my chair a little bit now, is we are going to do the back row. So from a seated position, you are sitting down towards the front of your chair, as always. Sitting up nice and tall, your heels are down, toes are pointing forward so that band doesn't slip up, smack you in the face. Resistance, good resistance on your band while your arms are extended. Sitting up nice and tall, core engaged. And because I am sitting up nice and tall, I should be looking straight forward, eyes on the horizon. Keeping my hands on my thighs, I am just pulling back up to about my hips and then sliding back forward on the release. Take a breath in and exhale. As you pull back, squeeze the shoulder blades together and then release. Nice, slow, controlled movements, both directions. So up, 1, 2, down, 1, 2, up, 1, 2, down, 1, 2. This is where we're taking a breath in and exhale. Breathe in on that release. Exhale on the exertion, on the hard part. You've got that chest lifted high in that nice proud position. Chin is tucked, you're not jutting the head forward. And keeping that core engaged. Let's do 2 more. And last one. All right. Switching to the chest squeeze. So starting out, let's start out with it in our right hand. So your feet, good base of support, slight bend to your knees, core is engaged, shoulders up, back, and down. That's your basic posture for all the exercises. Okay, so chest, we want to grab it in your right hand, cross your left wrist over top, grab onto the band so that your pinkies are either touching or almost touching. Bring the arms in close to about chest height and just pull those hands apart. And then return. Same thing, take a breath in and exhale on the exertion. And release. Nice, slow, controlled movements. And release. Keep the shoulders relaxed. We don't want them up at your ears. And 1 more. Okay, so that should be about 6 since we're doing about 12 repetitions. With this one, we want to do 6 and 6 because what we're going to do now is actually switch. So still keep it in your right hand, but this time instead of crossing over top, I want that left hand to go underneath. And you're grabbing on again so that pinkies are either touching or almost touching. Bring it in, slight bend to the knees, same posture, and taking it out to the side. Still making sure those shoulders are relaxed. Okay, taking the arms out. And 1 more. And I see a comment up there, so I should probably check and see what that says. Okay, not important for right now. Okay, let's go for it. So that was our chest squeeze. Give the shoulders a little bit of a shake. And let's go for a back squeeze. So same basic posture as far as your body goes. You're positioning for your hands instead of crossing over. This time it's your index fingers that are fairly close or touching. And the rest of everything, your posture, your stance, everything is the same. Slight bend to the knees, core is engaged, shoulders are relaxed, about chest height, and let's just pull that apart. Take those elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. If you're wanting to make this a little bit tougher, you can double up your band if you want it, or have your hands closer together. I guess you can't have them any closer if your fingers are already touching, but doubling up your band would be a good way to make it tougher then. If you want to make it easier, you can have your hands a little bit further apart. Or there are also the options, if you have other bands, go to a heavier strength band or a lighter strength band, whatever you're needing. Your muscles aren't always going to be the same from one day or one workout to the other either. You never know when you've had an injury or even a rough night's sleep or a headache, anything like that, or maybe you're already fatigued from, maybe you had a busy day the day before. So don't always expect the same performance out of yourself because that would be unrealistic. Always listen to your body, what it wants that day at that moment. Now let's do 1 more. All right, relax the shoulders, shake them out, grab a drink of water, and we will go into a shoulder exercise. So for our shoulder exercise today, what I thought we would do is palms are going to be facing towards you, and let's bring them up to the front. If you've got that band, you might want to loosen up on a little bit. So taking it up to the front, in that front raise, out to the side, and then down. Then we are going to reverse it. So I want you to put your palms facing forward, take the arms up to the side, bring the arms in, and bring them down. Palms facing towards your thighs, bring arms up, take them out, palms facing forward, go down. Palms facing forward, go up. You can turn your palms facing down, take it forward, and then take it down. Take those palms forward whenever you're doing the raising or lowering of your arms to the side. I know it kind of looks like I'm a little bit above chest level, chest height, but it is chest height what I'm aiming for here. It just looks a little bit different in, oh, I think I kind of screwed up there. Trying to talk and demonstrate at the same time doesn't always work. Should have gone down. There we go. Let's do one more. So up and out with palms facing forward. You can change to your palms facing down, and let's take it down. Good. Give that a shake. Keep the band under your feet. We are going to go into a bicep curl. So for this one, I'm going to do it just a slight variation to it again. And you still want the same basic posture and stance for your basic bicep curl. But instead of your regular bicep curl with arms going up to the front, I want you to kind of aim towards the corners of your room. So it's a wide bicep curl. Same idea, just doing it a little bit different. Little variation to it. So take a breath in and exhale on the exertion. Nice, slow, controlled movements. We're not locking the knees. Core is engaged. Up, 1, 2, down, 1, 2. Up, 1, 2, down, 1, 2. Keep going. Make sure you have resistance on the band when your arms are extended. And if I keep talking, you won't hear the phone ringing in the background, hopefully. It's my landline. I always forget about it because I don't use it anymore. And let's do 2 more. Last one. There we go, shake that out. And you can step off that band. Just do it carefully, as always. So now we are going to go for the tricep exercise, tricep extension, and I will get you to extend down. So what I'll get you to do first of all is take it in your left hand, throw it over your right shoulder, grab on with your right hand, just slightly below your left hand. That left hand stays against your chest, and we're going to keep that right arm, right elbow against our side and just extend straight down. Exhale on the exertion. either standing up nice and tall or sitting up nice and tall. Nice, slow, controlled movements. And we'll do 2 more. Last one. There we go. Shake that out a little bit. Take it in your right hand, throw it over your left shoulder. Keep that right hand kind of pasted against that shoulder, against the top of that chest there. And grabbing on with your left hand just below. Keep that left elbow pasted against your side, and let's take it straight down. Breath in and exhale. You want to make sure you're going the same speed, both directions, so that we're working our muscles both ways. And we'll do 2 more. Last one. There we go. Shake that out and grab your chair. That is it for our band. So you can kind of give that a toss. I'm going to grab a drink of water while I'm over here. Feel free to grab one as well. Okay, so we're going to do our squat. So sitting up nice and tall, more towards the front of your chair. 3 different levels. And level 1, hands are on your thighs. Level 2, hands across your chest. Level 3, hands are just kind of fingertips are just behind your ears. They're just to give you that extra little challenge. Work at whatever level works for you. So starting out, core is engaged, and let's try starting from that level 1. Lean back as far as you can without touching the back of the chair. When you are going back, make sure that you still keep looking straight forward, that you're not taking the head back with you. That's kind of hard on the neck. Okay, so keep going back, look forward. You can maybe pretend as though you've got an orange tucked under your chin and you don't want to drop that orange. Okay, if you need a little bit more challenge, take those hands across your chest. If that first one was enough challenge, stick with that first one. Nice, slow, and controlled. For some people, they find going back is the hard part, and coming up is the easier part, and so they exhale when they're going back. For others, it's the opposite. The idea there is to just make sure that you aren't holding your breath, because that's something else that a lot of people tend to do. If you need more challenge still, put those hands out on either side of your head and you're leaning back. Okay, whatever level works for you. Even if you are doing this one, still make sure that you're not taking that head back with it. Make sure you are still looking straight ahead, eyes on the horizon. Okay, and take it to whatever level works for you, whether it's this one, or this one, whatever works for you. So we've probably done about our 12 repetitions there. And while we are in the seated position, what I'd like to do now, we did the arm circles, working our shoulders kind of there. So how about we do the same kind of thing with our legs? So still sitting more towards the front of your chair. You can sit back a little bit, but not far. I don't want you leaning against the back and going on vacation. So lift the one leg up, kind of point it out, and I want you to draw some small circles. I'm going inward, circling towards the inside. Okay, and slowly make those circles a little bit bigger. You're still sitting up nice and tall. You're not arching that back. Okay, let's reverse directions with that leg. Circles are slowly getting smaller. Okay, plant that down. How'd you do? Let's go for the other one. Extend the leg out, lift it up. Starting with small circles, we're circling in. You're sitting up nice and tall. Big circles. All right, let's reverse the direction. We're going outward now. Still sitting up tall. And making those circles smaller. And small, small, small. And plant it down. There we go. Give that a shake. And holy smokes, our time is going by fast. Okay, so let's get into that standing position. We're gonna do a squat next. If you're doing it seated squat, remember your option for seated for the squat is to extend, and then the ham curl, okay? Extend, ham curl. Those of us that are doing it standing, let's go into that squat. So feet, good base of support, and you're sitting back as though you're gonna sit into a chair, and then you change your mind and push through the whole bottom of your foot and get back up, okay? And I'm thinking, I forgot to switch on the air conditioning because it's getting kind of warm in here. Push down as you're squeezing down. Squeeze through the glutes, your butt muscles at the same time. Okay, so take it back and squeeze through. Squeeze. Making sure that you are keeping your knees behind your toes. You don't want those knees to come beyond your toes. We'll do 2 more. Last one. There we go. All right, shaking that out. What we are going to do now is, let's do, I've got one that I want to do with you. So, that side lunge, let's start with just a regular side lunge. So what I'm going to get you to do is you're standing, your feet are fairly close together, but not like, so it's going to be too challenging to your balance. And I want you to just take a lunging step out to the side and then back in, and then to the other side, a lunging step out. I'm dodging my chair, and then back in. Let's go to the first side again. Lunging step out, back in, lunging step other way, and back in. Okay, like I said, I'm dodging my chair, so go straight out to the side, not at the angle that I'm kind of doing here. So how we're gonna mix this up a little bit is I am going to name off some fruits and vegetables. So when I am saying a fruit, I want you to go to now I have to stop and think whether it's showing left or right for you. Yeah, I think my right shows to your right as well. Okay, so when it's a fruit, go to your right and do a lunge, and then back as fast as you can. When I say a vegetable, I want you to go to the left and then back in as fast as you can, all right? So, for example, vegetable, lettuce, okay? So we're going to the left, so you have to stop and think whether it is a fruit or a vegetable, all right? I think we got her. Okay, I'm not gonna do it, I want you to do it. So apple, and then back in. Banana. Back in each time. Spinach. Cherry. Cabbage. Cauliflower. Cashew. What's that one? I looked it up, a list of fruits. Cashew is actually a fruit. Okay, broccoli. Coconut. Brussels sprouts. Kiwi. Celery. Garlic. How about cucumbers? Tomato. Okay, so that's another tricky one. A lot of people think a tomato is a vegetable, but it's actually a fruit. Peach. Chicken. Okay. Potato. Pear. Okay, that was our last one. I just thought that was kind of a fun thing to do. Kind of makes you think a little bit and while you're getting your exercise. So challenges the brain and your body a little bit at the same time. Extra good for brain health. All right, let's do one last exercise for legs. It's that toe heel. So going up onto your toes, lifting the heels, and then going down onto your heels, lifting the toes. Okay, chair's there for whatever level of support you need. The more you slow it down, the more it is going to challenge your balance. So work at your own pace for this, as with all of them. But it is good for you to wobble some, because if I was just hanging on to the chair the whole time I was doing this, it wouldn't be challenging my balance at all, and I wouldn't improve at all. So by not hanging on and only grabbing it or touching it when I need, that is what you want to do. That's how I'm challenging myself. So if you see me wobbling or having to take a step back, that just shows that I am pushing myself enough to challenge myself, and you should be too. Okay, let's just shake that out. Let's go into our stretching. So I'm going to grab my chair, turn it sideways here. I'm going to grab a drink of water again. Like I said, with the workouts, feel free to grab a drink of water anytime you need. You don't need to wait for me to tell you it's time for a drink. Extending the one leg out. You're sitting at the front of the chair and heel is down, toe is pointing up, and you're not locking the knee. If you're leaning on a leg for support, it's that bent one. Sitting up nice and tall, you're gonna just hinge forward at the hips. For this one, because we are going to be angling our body, you also, rather than looking straight ahead, you want to be looking down at an angle. So you're looking about 3 or 4 feet on the floor ahead of you so that your head, neck, and spine are all in alignment. So you should feel a good stretch in the back of your hamstring, the back of your thigh in your hamstring. Pull the toes more up towards your shin, and that stretch should move to your calf. Okay, shake that out. Switch legs, heel down, toe pointing up. And we are just going to hinge forward at the hips. Make sure you've got that good posture. Core is still engaged. Not locking that knee. Go for that hamstring stretch to start with. Bring the toe up more towards your shin. Take the stretch more to your calf. All right, shaking that out and get you to stand up. Just gonna take that, turn that chair to the front. And now for one of my favorites. So we are going to be just sitting still on that front part of your chair. Turn to the side, so you've got one butt cheek on the chair, one off. We're going to take that front leg back as far as we can comfortably. This is where you want to feel the stretch this time. Feel free to hang on to the chair if you need. And we're sitting up nice and tall, core engaged, and you should feel that nice stretch. Try and press that hip forward, or think of it as though you have a string attached and you're pulling that string forward. If you want to feel that stretch a little bit more, lean back just slightly, but make sure you're at least sitting up nice and tall. If you're leaning forward, you're not going to feel the stretch. When you are stretching, slight discomfort is okay, but if you're feeling pain, then you've gone too far and you need to let up a little bit. Okay, switch sides, flip it around, get that front leg back as far as you can comfortably to feel that stretch, whatever you need. Sitting up nice and tall, core is engaged, eyes on the horizon, pressing that hip forward. Feel a good stretch. Taking some nice deep breaths here and there. It's nice and relaxing. It's my favorite part of a workout. Okay, and back to the front. Let's go for that glute hip stretch. So if you've got the motion to just go straight into that, fine. If you don't, then maybe you could use the other leg as a ramp and then just slide it up that way. If that doesn't work for you, another option would be just to take that leg to whatever level does work for you and work at that. I am going to have it at this level. And what you want to do is just, again, pivot forward at the hips. You've got your core engaged to start with, and just pivot forward. You've still got that good posture. Normally you wouldn't be looking up, you're looking at the floor. I'm looking up because I'm talking to you. If you want some extra intensity on that, so this is where you're going to feel that stretch. If you want some extra intensity on there, you can give a gentle, gentle push on the inside of your knee. Feels really good. But again, if it doesn't feel so good for you, then don't worry about it. Don't do it. We don't want you doing anything that is going to be causing you pain. Like I said, slight discomfort is okay when you're doing the stretches, but if it's painful, then don't do it. Modify or just simply don't do it. Okay, shake that out. Let's go for the other leg. Stretching that out. Slight pivot forward. Gentle press on the inside of your knee. The other thing is make sure you're not holding your breath for stretches either. They should be nice and relaxing. Okay, release that, shake it out. Bring one arm across for a shoulder stretch from underneath. You're grabbing on, pulling it in closer. You can rotate that wrist. So you want to feel a nice stretch in the shoulder area. Reverse direction with the wrist. Shaking that out, take the other arm across, pull it in closer, rotate the wrist. reverse direction. Okay, shaking that out. We are reaching up and slightly over diagonal. Give a gentle pull. We want to stretch out the obliques without curving the spine. So you can feel a nice stretch in your obliques. Take that straight, same arm and reach it down between your shoulder blades. Gentle press on your elbow or in your triceps area. This is where you want to feel that stretch. If you've got shoulder issues and this doesn't feel so good for you, feel free to cross it over to the other side and give a gentle stretch this way. I'm going to stick with this one for a bit more. Okay, shake that out. Reach up and slightly over with the other arm. Gentle pull, stretch out the obliques. Reach down between your shoulder blades. Gentle press on your elbow or in the triceps area. We're taking the arm across if needed. See how far down between your shoulder blades you can reach. Okay, bring the arms down. Take them out. You're at about a 45-degree angle. Press the shoulders back for a nice chest stretch. Okay, thumbs are up. How about we rotate those around so they're kind of up again. Press the shoulders back. You should be feeling the stretch more in your biceps now. Press the shoulders back. Try and rotate those thumbs up. Okay, let's rotate those thumbs back around so they're up again. Bend the hands back at the wrist. Rotate around again. Press the shoulders back. And you should be feeling the stretch more in your forearm. Keep those hands bent at the wrist. Bent in. Okay, rotate out. Nice big shoulder rolls backwards. All right, keeping your shoulders level. Take one ear down to your shoulder. Opposite arm is reaching towards the floor. Feel a nice stretch in your neck. Head up to the center. Other ear to your shoulder. Make sure you're pausing slightly in between. Opposite arm is reaching towards the floor. All right, and head back up to the center. We will actually finish off again with a progressive muscle relaxation. So I will let you sit against the back of your chair so that you're nice and relaxed. And what I'd like you to do is we are going to tense and then release each muscle in our body most of them anyway, starting from head to toe. And so what I'd like you to do is start by just squeezing your eyes shut and tense your face up. Tense, 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 tense it up really tight. And then release. Tense up your jaw. Try that. Tense it up. I'm not going to do it on here because it would look really bizarre. Okay, tense it up as much as you can. Tense, 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 tense. Tense and release. Okay, tense up your neck. Tense it up. Tense, 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 tense. Feel that tension there. Tighten it all up. And release. Okay, feel that tension in your shoulders. Tense it up. Keep going with it. And release. Let's take that to our backs. See if you can tense up your back. Tense, tense, tense. Tighten it all up. And release. How about our chest? Chest, tighten up your chest muscles. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Picture those chest muscles. Picture the different muscles as we're going through them. Okay, and release. How about your core? Tighten up that core. Someone's going to punch you in the stomach. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Tense it up. And release. Your biceps. Tighten those up. Tighten up your arms. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Tense up those biceps. Okay, focus and release. Focus on those triceps now. See if you can tense those up. Focus, focus, focus. Okay, and release. How about your hands? Squeeze into a fist. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Tense them right up. Tighten them up as much as you can. And release. Give those fingers a shake. Okay, glute muscles, your butt muscles. Tighten it up. Tighten up those butt muscles. Wouldn't we all like to have a nice tight butt? Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Okay, tight, tight, tight. And release. Let's go for the legs. Let's go for our quads, the top of your thighs. Okay, try and tighten those up. Tense, tense, tense. And release. Hamstrings underneath your thighs. Tense it up. And release. Calves. Tense up your calves. Feel that in there. Tense, tense, tense. And release. Let's go for your feet. Tense it up. Curl up your toes. Tense them all up. Squeeze them in your shoes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Tense it up. And release. All right, give everything a nice shake. We are almost done. We're just going to finish off with deep cleansing breaths. So I'll get you to move to the front of your chair again. We'll finish off with 3 deep cleansing breaths. Breathe in through your nose, exhale through your mouth. So take a deep breath in. And exhale. Deep breath in. And exhale. One last time, deep breath in. Stretch it up as high as you can. And exhale. And awesome. Give yourselves a hand. I'm sure you did great. Thank you very much for joining me for the Facebook Live class, whether it is actually live or at a recorded time. Totally fine. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, feel free to jot a comment down or to email or phone. Our contact information is lots of different places. So track us down, or like I said, a simple little comment in the comment section here. And yeah, thank you very much for joining, and have a great day, great week, and we'll catch you again another time. Take care, everybody.